What up? What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin renegades. And I'm going to go in today about Bitcoin for beginners. I was going to make a video earlier and I kind of got cold feet on the live stream, but I am going to start now. I have the information in front of me. Basically, I am going to be going over Bitcoin for beginners. What is Bitcoin? Who created it? And a lot of stuff about Bitcoin for beginners. And first, I want to get into a brief description of what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency that you can buy, sell, and exchange directly without an intermediary like a bank. Each and every Bitcoin transaction that's ever been made exists on a public ledger accessible to everyone, making transactions hard to reverse and difficult to fake. And these public ledgers are known as blockchains. And what a blockchain is a series of transactions put in, just say, like a block. And then you have another block attached to that block. And each block has copies of the previous block's information so that you can't go back and change something and make the new block double spend that money, because it has to match the sequence from the last block. And it was created in 2008. The ledger started January 3rd, 2009, 12 years ago. The initial release was version 0.10, the 9th of January, 2009. And the latest release is 0.21.1. And that was May 2nd, 2021, 35 days ago. There's a limited supply of Bitcoin. There's 21 million Bitcoin that can ever be minted. So that's where you get the supply and demand. And that's why when you have a Bitcoin, it's worth $36,000. But you can divide it into 100 millionth to the 100 million power, 100 million times. You can divide that down to a satoshi. So if you want to do that, you do a decimal point and then 7 zeros and a 1, and that would be 1 satoshi. And the creator, his name is Satoshi Nakamoto. And this is a synonym for a person or a group of people. Nobody knows exactly who Satoshi Nakamoto is, and that is actually good for the network's health in the long term over time, because you can't connect Bitcoin with somebody's reputation. So if somebody commits a crime or does certain bad things, the price of Bitcoin can go down, just like with Elon Musk and his tweets. That affects the price of Bitcoin. And that's exactly what Satoshi Nakamoto was trying to prevent by being anonymous. He didn't want his reputation tied in with Bitcoin like Elon Musk's reputation is now tied in with Bitcoin because of Twitter. So exactly what he didn't want to have happen, Elon Musk is now doing. And so the goal that he had was wresting control of the currency from the financial elites and putting it in the hands of the common man like you and I. And it's worked. People from all over the globe are adopting Bitcoin as their currency, and mostly poor people all the way up to the billionaires, the richest man in the world. So Bitcoin is for everybody. The people in third world countries that can't afford, any bank accounts or anything else, they can still get Bitcoin. And then the governments can't take your money. It's decentralized. There's just so many good points behind Bitcoin. And every 4 years, Bitcoin has something called the halvening or the halving, depending on what you want to call it. And what that is there's a process called mining. And on the blockchain, that's how you verify transactions for the blockchain. Like I told you, each block has a representation of the block before, but each block is minted by a miner. And that used to be able to be done back in 2009 by your normal laptop computer, just like you and I have. A couple of us could get together, combine our computer power, and run a node and mine Bitcoin. And back in the day in 2009, you would have received 50 Bitcoin per transaction, per block. Not per transaction, I mean per block. And the 50 Bitcoin that they received at the time, it wasn't worth hardly anything. So it was a legitimate, good, fair payment at the time for Bitcoin. Well, 4 years later, as the price goes up, the amount of Bitcoin that you get for mining goes down. But that also makes mining harder as well. So now it's moving from, you just being able to do it with a normal lab type like you and I to more high tech in-depth farms where you have to have multiple computers all hooked up in a big room in a big server dedicated just for mining Bitcoin. So now it starts to get expensive to mine Bitcoin. As the price goes up, the supply gets more limited. 4 years later, the supply goes down to 25 Bitcoin per block that is mined, and a block is mined every 10 minutes, so that in 4-year intervals it will be a certain amount of Bitcoin that is produced, that is mined, that is out there in the general public. And I believe, I'm going to look it up real quick, when is the last year that Bitcoin is mined?
2140.
So I thought it was 2150.
The reward will continue to have every 4 years until the final Bitcoin has been mined. In actuality, the final Bitcoin is unlikely to be mined until around the year 2140.
So did you hear that? Google kind of took over there, but 2140. So all the Bitcoin is going to be mined by the year 2140. And that's when all the miners will either not receive block rewards anymore, or they will all get together and decide to mint more Bitcoin. And they will all have to agree on that. And I almost doubt that that's going to happen. But you and I can't mine Bitcoin anymore. That's over. There's no way to do it from your computer legitimately. You have all these people that you can embed GUI miners or server miners or whatever they're embedding in your computer. Basically, they're just using your data. That's what they're doing. They're using your data and getting paid for it, and they give you a little chunk of what they get paid for that. That's all that is. That isn't real Bitcoin mining. Not like when you have a server and real mining. That's mining Bitcoin. So you don't want to do that. I would never recommend server GIU mining. I'm sorry if that makes people mad, but I don't recommend it. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of your data. You're paying more for your data than you get for, doing the mining, so it's not even worth it. But okay, so what you need to do to send Bitcoin, and I have videos on how to buy it in my previous sections, and you can buy it on Coinbase. And in the descriptions below, I have a lot of different places that you can get extra rewards for purchasing. Like I bought on Voyager, and you get a $25 reward if you spend $100. Well, that $25 reward, I'm going to be honest with you, it costs that much to withdraw from the site. So basically they give you enough money to withdraw your Bitcoin from the site. Well, what I did to get around that, and I wanted to make a little money off of their giveaway, because if they're going to offer $25 and then charge you $25 for a withdrawal fee, like it costs them a couple bucks, but they're charging $25, and that's what they give you for the the bonus for spending $100 with them. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous if you ask me, but so they give you that. I traded my Bitcoin. What did I trade it for? I think I did Dash. And then, yeah, I did. It was Dash. I traded my Bitcoin for Dash, and then it cost like $3 to withdraw. So, and then I traded it again. It was like another couple bucks. So I ended up only paying $5 to withdraw that. So if you want to go on there and actually make some money off of that, that's how you do that. You get the free Bitcoin, purchase $100 worth of Bitcoin. Then they give you $25 worth of Bitcoin for free. Then you exchange. This takes like a week or two to do, but it's worth it. Especially if the price of Bitcoin is going up. So you put your money in there, then you get the $25. Then you wait for it to be released. That takes about 2 weeks. And then once it's released, then you trade it over for Dash. And because Dash only is 0.02 withdrawal fee on there, which is like $3 or $4 instead of the $25 Bitcoin fee. So you're going to pay a little bit for exchanging it, and then you're going to pay a little bit for the withdrawal, but it's going to save you 20 some bucks, or a little less than 20 bucks. And so that's just a good way to do that. And there's other good ones down there in the description as well. Do me a favor, guys. We got to smash up the like buttons here, and I want to get to like 50 likes on one of my videos. We have 57 subscribers, so if each person smashes the like button, we'll have over 50 likes. So if each one of my subscribers, hits that, and then if they want to share it and do whatever else. But so with Bitcoin, you send the money. You can do it on your phone, and what you'd want to do is you download a wallet, which is a place where you would store your Bitcoin. And they have exchanges called Coinbase, or the other ones like Voyager I was telling you about. And what you can do with them is use them to sell your Bitcoin or buy your Bitcoin. And Coinbase actually gives away like 30, $40 free to their new customers. Basically, you just sign up, you do your KYC, and you do your signing up, and then you can watch some videos and earn like $40 in free Bitcoin. And then if you spend 100, you also get another $10. So you're looking at like over 40 some dollars just for signing up, and and spending $100 to get the extra 10. So even if you don't spend money, you're still getting money for signing up. And over time, if you spend that money, then you'll still get the reward. But then you can either send it from Coinbase to a wallet like Trust Wallet, Garda Wallet, any of your preferred wallets, or you can send them to a hardware wallet like Ledger Nano or any of the other hardware wallets that they have. And that's how you transfer Bitcoin. So I had said recently in one of my other videos about Western Union and how inconvenient it used to be for me to send money to my family. Well, my little brother and his wife just got married, and I wanted to give them a wedding gift. Instead of having to send them money Western Union and it charging me like $50 in fees to send them $400, and it cost me literally like $3-4 to send them $400 for their wedding. And they were able to just transfer that over to Coinbase and sell it immediately and put it in their bank account. And because they already had an account set up and everything on Coinbase. So it's simple. Bitcoin is one of the most simple things that there is. If you ever need any help, you can hit me up on Telegram, which is in the description below. You can hit me up on Twitter. I'm all over the place. I'm in Express Crypto sometimes, doing surveys. But there's just a lot of stuff that I have for this community now. And so if you guys have any questions, now would be the time. Any new questions about Bitcoin or the origination of the blockchain, even after this live chat is done, if you guys have questions you want, I can answer them in the comments below. Or if you want to go over to the Telegram group in the description below, I'll answer your questions there as well. I just wanted to go over the origination of Bitcoin for beginners to let them know a little bit about what Bitcoin is. I know a lot of people are visual learners and not hearing learners, but for now, this live stream is just going to be all listening. So that being said, I am going to talk a little bit about my plans for Bitcoin now. So I think I'm going to purchase at least a couple $100 more worth of Bitcoin as soon as it goes down. And we're at 36,000 right now. I think I'm going to wait and see. Let me see exactly what the price is real quick. 35, yeah. So we just were at 34 yesterday. I might wait for another dip and then I'm going to buy in. So to all those new people that don't know, this is the Bitcoin chart on Coinbase, which if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that's kind of where I do most of my Bitcoin shopping at, because I believe that it has the best all around everything, where you can send your money, you can store your money for long periods of time, and it be insured if it's lost. And you can also send it straight to your bank, or you can transfer it to another person on Coinbase straight from Coinbase to Coinbase with just their name or their Bitcoin address. All right, you guys know what time it is. Goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang.